everybody.
Yo.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Definitely. 2022 will be 5 days in.
5 days in. How many times have you mistakenly put 21 and had to scribble out the one?
I have not this year. Oh my gosh. I think I did.
Yeah, you see?
Yikes.
That first week be the wildest.
And I think I did on an important document too. Document's probably going to kick back, but that's neither here nor there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Under Review. I'm your girl, Danache, and I have this rare appearance by Jonathan, a.k.a. Joe Nathan, whatever he wants to call himself. This is very rare because my man likes staying behind the scenes.
It's the best place to live, man.
Yeah, you do your thing or whatever. Or whatever. Week 17 is here. Right?
That was a crazy week. It's week 18 is coming on. Week 17 was a crazy week of football we just watched.
It's too much going on. Too much going on. But it's here. It's lit. The playoff picture is insane. AFC, NFC. But what the people talking about is Antonio Brown.
Yeah. If the people talking about it, I guess we should talk about it too, huh?
It's a lot of so many thoughts. I mean, you know, everybody saw, and if you didn't see, there's YouTube for you. Whatever transpired, it can be so many reasons. Every second news is breaking. You just got some.
Yeah.
But where did it come from? Make sure the source is legit.
It was Adam. This is the Shefty.
Oh, Shefty said this?
Shefty
All right, so what did
bond.
Shefty just break?
So Antonio Brown claims that the Bucs have been covering up the actual results of his MRI, showing that he had, broken pieces of bone in his ankle, torn ligaments.
And he was unaware. Is that what he's trying to allude to?
He's alluding that he was unaware. They didn't let him know, and it's causing him great discomfort. So he's like, I'm not playing like that. I'm going to leave the game, and I'm going to get the surgery, and when I get back, he says business is going to be booming. Where business is going to be booming, we have yet to see, but...
Spicy. So that changes the dynamic of a lot of things. If that is indeed factual. So if you've been living under a rock, let's give a little backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Jets are playing the Bucs. It's getting spicy. Next thing you know, you see AB taking off his clothes on the sideline. You see Mike Evans. I believe it's O.J. Howard as well.
O.J. Howard, trying to talk
to him. That's all you see. You don't know what's going on, but you see AB is clearly upset.
Yes.
Okay. Next thing you know, the players are on the field. AB is walking from
down
the
on the
bench
end zone,
through the end zone, and my man's is
you had to be there
pumping up the crowd. That was what was bizarre. Outside of him having a moment, because let's be real, everybody's human. He had a moment.
Right.
I'm not saying anybody, I'm not taking a side on either matter. I'm not going to lie, though.
Yeah.
AB, that was wild.
It looks really bad.
It don't look bad. It was wild. Because, okay, I get it. You was pissed, and you know me better than anybody. Sometimes I have my moments, I get a little hot, I be wilding, I get spicy. But that was crazy.
It was very crazy.
And outside looking in, it looks like you quit on your team because, again, we don't have all the information. We may never know all the information.
Even with all the information from both parties sitting there, I don't think anyone's ever going to be like, oh, okay, well, now it's fair that he did what he did, or it's cool, how he walked off the field. I don't think anyone's ever going to professionally, business-wise, and because of Antonio Brown and the history that's painted about him and, some of the things that he has gotten into, I don't think the way he left the field is ever going to be looked at like, oh, well, you know what, we'll give him a pass for it. Nah, it was crazy, like you said.
I mean, he can play, so he's gonna get a pass.
Oh yeah.
So
No.
Let's not fake. Let's not fake like my man's is done up. He's very Jerry Rice-ish. I'm sorry, people. Yeah. Like he's nice.
Did you know he's the only player on the NFL single season records for receiving yards and receptions? He's the only player on those lists twice. He's had 2 separate seasons where he's been a top 10 in receptions, overall in the season numbers, and yards in the season for a receiver.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nasty. Okay,
Don't get it twisted.
So we go back, and then everybody's speculating that it's about money because the way his contract is set up, it's incentives. So I'm like, when I heard that, my initial reaction was, okay, don't know about that because Tom feeds AB.
Tom doesn't even really need to feed him those incentives that people were talking about. He needed 8 more receptions, 55 yards, and 1 touchdown. There was like a whole half of football and another game left for him to get that. So I'm like, doesn't make much sense for him to leave the game right now. Like,
right, and Tom feeds him the ball. Like, if you ever watch Tom Brady play, you can tell sometimes they're like, for example, when AB was a Patriot for 2.5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't know the playbook. You was on the field. What Tom Brady do? Force-fed him the ball. When he first came to Tampa, what did Tom do? Force-feed him the ball. Tom is going to feed him. So I didn't say yay or nay. I heard that. Then
I would say he had like 15 targets the game before.
As the game was going on, more news was breaking out. Then it was AB refused to go into the game. No rhyme or reason. He just refused to go. Then it was, we had a conversation. Bruce Arians, he's no longer a Buck. When he said that, what did I tell you offline?
You said Bruce Arians is known to be a little bit rash sometimes. He's speaking with his emotions. You know, he's hot. He's hot. He pissed same way AB was pissed. He let it out on the podium right then and there.
But did I not say he's still a Buccaneer until we get the official that he's officially cut? Yesterday, 4 p.m. was the deadline to cut him. Not cut.
Still didn't get nothing.
Then there was a report that they weren't going to cut him, but they were going to suspend him, however the logistics of that works. But it's been quiet on both sides. Here's the issue. Antonio Brown is such a personality, right? As of lately, throughout the years, he's such a personality.
Big personality.
So unfortunately, no matter what he does, 8 out of 10 people outside looking in who don't know him, they're going to vilify him. They're going to crucify him based on his past, right? Some things he's done has been very erratic and irrational, and people throw out the words like CTE. People throw out the words mental health. Yay or nay, it could be.
Which, you know, if it's crazy, only thing AB was really, I don't want to say super guilty of, in the Steelers was talking out against the organization when he left. So he had a very rough breakup with the Steelers. But that breakup started, it's not like he left and he spoke about it. There was issues. While they were there, Issues, and then boop, and then, you know. You had to get rid of him. The video of him in the locker room, Facebook Live and or whatever that was. But who's to say AB wasn't doing things that we weren't aware of? I would say that's true. And some people have said that hit by Vontaze might have.
He wasn't the same after that. You remember that play when he was clocked clean out? But the antics in Oakland, let's be real here. He had issues off the field in New England. It had nothing to do with New England.
See, that's the thing. New England, he was good. It was just that one thing.
But when he texted Shorty, and I'm going to say allegedly, when he texted Shorty while he was on the Patriots and said what he said, they wasn't having that. The one thing about Bill Belichick, no. Most of the time, 9.9 times out of 10, they ain't having none of that. It's no media circus. It's no woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's no
Which they wrote it out with him up until those messages. Even while the allegations and everything was still going, AB was still on the team.
The allegations were 2 days before my man's text Shorty, and it was like, nah, we good.
So he's guilty of maybe not making the wisest decisions.
He doesn't make the best decisions. And a lot of his issues, well, not a lot, some of his issues stem from him owing people money. He doesn't make the best decisions. But people have also said things like, oh, he had a terrible upbringing. Oh, do we know this?
Oh,
no, let's not paint that picture.
Come on now.
Will this deter his Hall of Fame career, though? Or him going into the Hall is the question that should be asked.
It depends, because they be letting people in the Hall, and they don't be letting some people in the Hall.
Yeah, because it's the beat writers that choose it.
Yeah, AB got a ring.
But they cannot let you in because of your antics off the field.
So they say, but I believe AB should go to the Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I believe he's a Hall of Famer automatically, without question. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. The caliber at which he played, people forget AB was a top 3 receiver for years.
And he's still nice regardless of everything that he's doing.
Yeah. He just, with the game before, 15 targets, 10 receptions, 100 yards, eating, no problem.
And I'm not going to call him a liar. I don't doubt that he's in pain. And now, it's unfortunate to lose him either way because he's a big factor to help them to repeat.
And you just lost
Chris Godwin.
Godwin, yeah. So no Godwin, now no AB playing. That puts a lot of strain on Evans, Gronk, and
It's 50 other receivers. So it's about getting them comfortable, building that trust with them, and they have to step up. It is what it is.
They got to step up. That's what they told Tom Brady with them receivers that he had in the Patriots.
No, that was terrible. That was terrible. At least with what's his name, Grayson, the young man that just caught that final touchdown.
For the final touchdown, yeah.
And Johnson, they had way better chemistry with Tom in 2.5 seconds than Tom's last year in New England, because even Cam was struggling with those same receivers. Let's be very clear here.
This is true.
And you know me, I'm Patriot gang, ride or die. It was not it. Tom ain't even have any receivers. We had what? Running backs and a tight end.
A tight end.
Right. Yeah, talk about it.
What's there to talk about? There was nobody there.
Right. So he has the weapons. It's just chemistry, all those things. But anyway, it's just unfortunate. I do like people are blaming Tom. People are blaming enabling. At the end of the day, what it's looking like from all the information that's been dropped is, I wouldn't doubt if emotions got involved.
Yes.
That's not uncharacteristic.
Right.
We've heard how Bruce Arians is a player's coach.
Right.
Even to the point where he would cross lines, not like inappropriately, but on a professional level. Like he would be too close, like, hey, let's go grab a beer after the game. He's a player's coach.
Guys, yeah.
We also know Bruce Arians because last year, I didn't like how he was coming at Thomas all crazy. Remember, I had a couple moments.
You did. Because
I wasn't
really
used
like
to that.
To the last quarter of the season.
Because I wasn't used to, Tom. I'm like, we don't do that. But he's says how he feels in the moment.
Right.
Right? So I wouldn't doubt if that conversation was had, whatever, my ankle hurt, go see the doctors. I ain't seen the doctors, my ankle hurt. It could have went any which way. So there's his truth, and the truth is in the middle. It is what it is.
Those are two passionate people, because that's what you usually call it. When people flare up a little bit, people don't say, oh, that man, no, that man's passionate. That person's passionate.
There's no secret Bruce isn't off of AB.
Yeah.
No secret.
He wasn't the most sold on him coming there. So AB's already on a short leash, but I don't think AB's going to change himself, or he's going to, shut down his views or silence himself because of a Bruce Arians. So
it's all about the way we react.
Yeah, it's
all about how we react to. Let's be real here. Sometimes a lot of things can be avoided based on how we react.
Yes.
Tom is still supporting him. I think that's awesome because, again, they're athletes, but they're also people. So you need...
How easily people forget.
You need love. You need support regardless. Mental health, not mental health. And at the end of the day, forget all that. They're trying to win a Super Bowl.
That's true.
Distractions is distractions.
Yeah, they definitely don't need this.
So put them on ice. Keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Put him on ice. Deal with whatever he has going on professionally, personally, without all the media attention. And go get ring number 3 for your organization. And number 8 for Tom, if that's what's destined to happen for them. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you let AB go, I'm keeping it real. The Chiefs calling that boy ASAP.
He'll find work.
The Chiefs are calling him ASAP because the Chiefs have Josh Gordon, who, to me, had the potential to be one of the best. He could have
been one of the greats.
And what, Josh Gordon got like 15 catches since he been here? Like, I'm not even being funny. So you think they ain't going to call AB? You think the Packers not going to call AB? Because I keep forgetting Randall Cobb play.
Fits their scheme a lot better than a Josh Gordon, I'd actually say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think, well, the Green Bay might be a little iffy, but nobody cares. They want to win. And this is only going to be hot news until the next big thing happens in the NFL.
That's a gamble.
What?
That video is going to live on for quite some time. Him taking off the shirt, throwing it into the stands.
But we've seen a lot of videos. Ray Rice's video was supposed to live on forever. Look how quickly we forget about that. Like, things happen. You know that.
Listen, what Ray Rice did was terrible. But that's who should have been in the ring instead of Frank Gore fighting Darren Williams. If I'm going to take any football player...
that was terrible.
It was terrible. Yes. It was terrible what he did.
No.
Well, then who knows? Maybe he got his ass beat by Darren Williams. I don't know.
No. Ray Rice was trash.
Trash? Well, I ain't going to say he trash.
No, I said he was trash person. He was trash for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is what it is.
We'll see what they look like this week. What they're going to do, their schemes with the receivers.
They can do whatever they want. They have so many... Listen, they have so many weapons.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want. The big thing is them being healthy on defense, Tom not turning the ball over, and coaching, because they have the personnel. It is coaching. And they've been crippled on defense since week 1.
Speaking on all those points, why were the Bucs down to the Jets in the first place?
Well, if the Jets would have played that way all season long, they wouldn't be in a 4-11 team now, would they?
The Jets been a little sneaky. They have a few sneaky games.
If they played the way they played the Bucs all season long, they would not be 4-11.
No.
And again, defense, Jamel Dean, I believe it was Jamel Dean, who got cleared from COVID, got on a plane like very, very late, him and somebody else, and had to get off the plane because the pilot had COVID. And he said, you know what?
Wild story.
I'm not even going to get in the game. They have not had their entire starting defense on the field all season long, and they still... It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
And they're still winning. And I still trust them more than I trust anybody else in the NFC.
You still trust them more than you trust anybody else in the NFC?
Yes. They winning.
There's a lot of teams in the NFC winning.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of teams in the NFC winning.
But all the teams in the NFC have their weakness. All of them.
Yeah, every team.
There's no juggernaut team on either side of the conference.
Any given Sunday purely explains it. I ain't gonna say it's wide open like we say the AFC is wide open, but the NFC
is very close. The NFC, I can't put the Packers 10 notches above the Rams. I can't put the Rams 5 notches above the Cowboys or the Cardinals or because any of those teams, it can just like floop that fast.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
That fast. But Bucks Jets was a good game.
It was definitely a good game.
The best play of that game was the last drive.
Oh, come on.
I know Bucks. I know Jets fans were disgusted.
Jets fans were disgusted when they seen there was 2 minutes left on the clock.
How many times are you gonna do this shit to us?
If there's anybody in the league who doesn't know at this point that 2 minutes is too much time for Tom Brady, then yeah. If you don't know, now you know. This guy Tom is playing ridiculous. It's a shame. My man he leads pass attempts in the league by 70. He leads completions by 50. He's about to have 5,000 yards for the second season, in his career. All while still throwing like 67% completion, which is better than his career completion. So he's playing. That man ain't retiring.
He's gonna retire. He is, because he's not gonna play till 50. He's not. But that's cute and all that. But you know what he want?
A Super Bowl.
That's right. That's cute and all that. He don't care about none of that. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers telling people to go, themselves because they won't vote for him for MVP.
Hey, listen.
Tom don't care about none of that.
Man only got, 3 interceptions. Yo, his turnaround from week 1 to where he is now, like his stats from week 2 to now, crazy.
His stats are cool. Listen, he won the MVP, he could have it.
Right.
Because who's the last person that won the MVP and actually won the Super Bowl? I'm superstitious about that, right?
Yeah.
I think the last person was Kurt Warner. Somebody can fact check me, but I'm superstitious about that. Anyway, Bengals and Chiefs. Ooh. Yes, Joe Burrow. This is why I banged with you. Running tape back a few weeks ago, Jeremy tried to kill me when I said my sleeper teams are the Chargers and the Bengals. Don't say the Bengals. Bengals.
Listen.
They are so young on offense. I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Mixon. I think most of the receiving core is younger than 24 years old. Bro, if they do it right,
want in a rebuilding team.
They are going to be nasty if they do it right.
Joe Burrow, I think the announcer at one point when he threw probably touchdown number 2, and they said, Burrow to Jamar Chase, get used to hearing that from now on.
And people have to put respect on Jamar Chase name.
Oh, yeah.
Stop single covering him.
Yeah.
Stop. You have to know the defenses have to stop because, bruh, you count them out 1 week, guess who's scoring? T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon.
Listen.
Go
Tigers.
They have the best, to
LSU
me,
guys.
Skill set players in the AFC belongs to the Bengals. In the AFC, who the Bills have? Outside of Diggs.
Outside of
Diggs, that's consistent.
Bills, Patriots,
Dawson Knox, okay.
Colts.
Who
Titans? Titans? Chargers?
Chargers have 2 people.
What do you mean? Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert's a stud. He's offense.
I'm not talking about the quarterback. I'm talking,
They got 2 receivers and a running back, same as the Bengals.
Bengals skill players have better skills than them.
But what about the Titans?
Have
Julio, and AJ?
Have we seen them all play all season long?
You haven't. And are you going to choose the Bengals over those 3?
I'm talking about right now. And remember, these guys are way younger.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm talking about right now. I know they got Julio Jones and all that, but okay. Have we seen them all season long?
Yeah, number 1 seed in the AFC.
Sneaky.
I ain't do the Julio Jones alone or anyone.
Sneaky. Number 1 seed for right now. What's going to happen next week? Who can take the number 1 seed from them? Because that's how crazy.
If they lose, a lot of people.
Right, because that's how crazy football has been all week, right?
Right.
That's how crazy it's been. And let's not front like the Titans got the number 1 seed because they was busting everybody's ass.
No, because the AFC is
exactly.
What's that word? Tumultuous or something like that?
It's tumultuous.
But again, all of these things, if the Titans lose, if the Titans win, nobody has a shot at the number 1. They would have secured. So talking about your destiny being in your own hands, that's
right. But I'm going to say what I said, and I'm going to say it again. The Bengals, for the year of 2021 it's a 2021 football season, have the best skill players. I'm sorry, not sorry.
You can make that argument. No, you can make that argument.
And I'm a Patriots fan. We got Kendrick Bourne. We have Hunter Henry. We have 28 running backs.
And that's because I know how you feel about the Chiefs.
No, okay. Look how they've been playing this year. You have to look at... I'm not talking about forever, because if that was the case, then yes, I would put the Titans. But I'm talking about this football year.
But I don't know if I can blame the Chiefs entirely because I blame Pat Mahomes. So Pat Mahomes wasn't playing great. Tyreek Hill has not been playing bad football. Neither has Kelsey. I'm lying? If you want to take a quarterback, Joe Burrow been outplaying Mahomes by leaps and bounds this season. Consistency, the games he's put up, but
I'm sleeping.
We're talking everybody outside the quarterback. We're talking about skilled players.
I'm sleeping.
You might have him at the running back, but
I'm sleeping.
You done?
Yeah, they got the best skill players. Right? I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry. Okay, in totality.
In totality.
Okay, Colts.
What about them?
Okay, so they're out of that conversation.
What about them?
Okay, Patriots. I'm trying to think of AFC teams.
Stop it. We said the teams. It's the Chargers, the Titans, the Bengals, and the Chiefs.
Ain't no we. You said that. I said the Bengals have the best skill set.
You said the Bengals. I'm talking about the contenders. The Chargers. Justin Herbert.
You can't even think of Mike Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler coming out the backfield.
Who they tight end?
Ooh, the Chargers? Antonio Gates? I don't know who catching the ball at the tight end. I don't even know if they got a tight end.
I'm weak. Scary team in the oh my gosh, that was funny. I needed that laugh. I am weak. Oh my gosh. Cowboys, Cardinals, what about them Cowboys?
What about them?
So, is it more of the Cowboys' inability to beat contending teams, or where the hell have the Cardinals been the last 3 or 4 weeks prior to playing the Cowboys, or a combination of both?
It's a combination of both, because just because the Cardinals are on a 3-game losing streak does not change the fact that the Cardinals are the Cardinals and they're a team to...
Right, but they weren't looking like themselves at all in that 3-game losing streak. Like, they didn't look like who they were at all, because offensively, with or without D-Hop, they have players that can play. And their identity should have been a run team, but they didn't have an identity. Because they got Chase Edmonds can run that rock.
Honestly, if you ask me, skill-wise and the team that's built around, the Cardinals still didn't really have that much identity in this last game. I don't want to say they lucked up and won the game, but untimely fumble by Dak Prescott on a drive that would have tied the game, would have changed the aspect of the game. Dak Prescott shouldn't be your leading rusher if you're the Dallas Cowboys with 20 yards.
Especially when you have Ezekiel Elliott and then you have Tony Pollard.
Yeah, you fed Zeke too much. Dak had
Zeke hasn't been running.
Your running game is not scary.
It kind of diminished. So
you're not consistent. That's the problem.
Right.
And I don't know if I want to blame it on Dak. On every measurable statistic for a quarterback, Dak is top 10 this season. So I don't know if I want to fully blame it on Dak. Maybe he's getting hit or miss, but in general, the offense is not as consistent, as potent as they should be offensively.
Right. The defense is the narrative, and that narrative seems to ring true. But in the same sentence, talking about the Cardinals, how they've been not themselves 3 weeks, talking about the Cowboys, can they actually beat a competitor? But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Because this football season, a team can whoop your ass one week and then get their ass whooped the next.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
so the Cardinals or the Rams right now are so next week is like wrap it up. It's very important.
Your future is in your hands if you're the Rams. All you have to do is win, which is the story of every football game. All you have to do is win. If the Rams win, there's no conversation. But
Odell
if the Rams lose,
looking like Odeezy.
Odell looking like Odeezy. We're gonna give him those props. That was a nice catch. Anybody who watched that game, he had a few nice catches that game. But the Cardinals, if the Rams lose, Cardinals win, then Cardinals take the division.
Can the Cardinals do it though? Let's see.
Can the Cardinals do what? It don't matter if the Cardinals win and the Rams win, don't mean anything. That's the definition of your fate not being in your hands. If I gotta hope for somebody else to lose, then my fate's not in my hands. The AFC number one.
To be fair though, that I understand what you're saying, but not always the case, because this year has been a gamble. It's like
no, not for the Cardinals. You lost 3 straight. You lost to the Lions.
I'm saying like this NFL year is like dice. Like somebody is controlling it and throwing it, and then it's like whatever's happening is happening. With all these teams, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
This is the most. What did you say? I think you said it a few weeks ago. It's like the most well-rounded the NFL has been. Like you feel like there's no.
I don't think it's well-rounded.
Well, you said there's no juggernaut either side.
Yeah, I think it's been effing crazy, and I think I low-key, high-key like that.
We like that it's been crazy and there's no juggernaut, but we want there to be a first and a second place bye.
I do. Bring that back.
You want it back. I'm trying to see. I want the action. I'm with all the changes.
Nah.
If this is anything like bubble basketball, I'm with all of it.
Well, bubble basketball is one and done. Enjoy that in your memory bank. Store that in your memory bank.
Got that picture of Devin Booker laying on the court, just hanged up on the wall.
Not Dev.
18 by 24 canvas.
Wow, Zeke only had 9 carries?
Zeke had 9 carries for 16 yards, I believe. Dak had 5 for, or 16 yards, yeah. Dak had 5 for 20. There's no run game.
So listen. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. Cowboys make you do that. It's like you thought they were going to be good, and it's like,
Cowboys make you do that.
So every time, if the Cowboys lose, this is just, it won't even be funny anymore. It won't be funny. You remember coming into the season with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Gallup.
Zeke, Gallup is out for the season, right?
Gallup is gone.
But they have a lot of playmakers, too. I know I may sound a little casual, like, oh, this out for the season, but they got a lot of playmakers. I don't mean to be, like, disrespectful or nonchalant. I'm just saying, like, the next playmakers, they have to step up.
Listen,
easier said than done, right?
It's easier said than done.
But you have to do it. Everybody's professionals. You up, baby. Next man up.
The only thing the Cowboys look good at is beating up on the other teams in their division. Which is not a difficult feat to do, but listen, it's getting harder.
Look at the Eagles being sneaky.
The Eagles are coming up. They got 9 wins this season.
But they're already in the playoffs.
Yeah, Washington football team as well. They're not as good.
No, Washington done, but they're not in the playoffs. No. But the Eagles in the playoffs.
In the next few years, I don't think they're going to be able to easily beat them. But then again, who knows?
I can't say that because the NFC.
Yeah, it's the NFCs.
Can't say all that.
I don't want to wish good things upon them because.
No, I just can't say that because every team you think is good, supposed to be great or has the potential. It's just like, yo, what happened? Because the way Dallas is this year, on everything I love, I pegged that to be Washington. Based on that defense last year, then when they made the move to get Ryan Fitzmagic, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's a good quarterback, right?
Right.
And I'm like, he's a great veteran presence, and I knew they had Tyler Heineke. And even though I only saw a flash of him when they played the Bucs in the playoffs last year, that flash, I was very impressed.
Intriguing flash, yeah.
I was like, can he do this all the time?
Yeah.
And then they just imploded or it just didn't work out. But anyway, Packers, what team do you think can go to the frozen tundra and beat them? I know if the Niners get in the playoffs, the Packers don't want to see them. Especially if they're healthy, because historically the Niners give them that work.
Honestly, to me, the best matchup I'd see again. I'd love to see. I
didn't say the best.
Who
do you think can do it based on what we know now?
Based on
and then
what
you can
we
tell
know
me,
now.
and then you can tell me the best matchup. But who do you think? Okay, I'm gonna give you the teams. The Rams, because right now this is the playoff teams.
Right.
Outside of the wild cards, you have the Rams. You have the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
You got them boys.
Right.
You got the Bucks. That's all I'm going to give you. If the 49ers get in there, you got the 49ers. To me, those people can get them up out of here.
Yeah, I definitely say the 49ers. I'm going to say the 49ers and the Bucks.
49ers if they're healthy. And when I mean healthy, I'm not talking about COVID related. I'm talking about like healthy, capable, no. I'm going to say this again like I said it last year. You know who going to win the Super Bowl? Whoever ain't got no damn COVID.
Yeah, the healthiest team. The team that has most of their players that are supposed to be there present.
And I can't emphasize this enough. Coaching.
Yeah,
the Packers are a great team, and I know I don't. No, they are. I know.
You choose the week that Jeremy's not.
No. They have been a great team. I just don't jump on a wagon because they can be beat. They are a great team. I never called them trash or anything like that. But how many times have the Packers been there? Have I not said that?
Oh, yeah, they fold.
They've been here multiple times. So I am a very I have to see it to believe it. Outside of them being a great team, though, like we stated, all these teams have weaknesses. Their secondary, whether they play great for 2 weeks, remember Jarvis said it, they are not consistent.
Right.
I don't care. And they not hurt like how
a lot of other teams are hurt.
Hurt.
They're not
hurt.
hurt.
The special teams is funky.
But the big key thing that you said there to me is the frozen tundra.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. The frozen tundra don't matter. See, I think the Bucs.
Tom Brady can play in the frozen.
Tom
the
Brady
rest of the team,
can the Buccaneers? Can the rest of them play that?
Was it cold last year when they went up there and beat them? I think it was a little cold.
It was probably a little cold. And then again, Aaron Rodgers gets in his own head. I think the Packers get in their own heads because look at that game against the Buccaneers. And that was a winnable game.
And I was told, yes, it's cold, but I was told by a former NFL player that field is actually, they pump like water in that field to keep it a little
to keep it like a
warm
temperature
and stuff.
regulated.
Yeah. But coaching, I'm gonna say it again. Coaching. Personnel. That's how the game gonna be won. I don't care who on the field. Coaching and personnel. Because do I trust Mike LaFleur or I don't know, Aaron Rodgers a little 730. You know, I feel he a little 730. Do I trust Mike LaFleur to make the correct play calls? Do I trust Aaron Rodgers to make the correct play calls? Because when it works in his favor, it's praises. When it doesn't work in Aaron Rodgers' favor, he quick to say, well, I wanted to do this, but my coach wanted to do that. So
it's an outspoken young man.
He's not young anymore.
Come on now. We're not going to do that. Football age don't have no tie to actual age.
Aaron Rodgers needs to cut it out. He need to cut the shit. Dang, she sound like you got beef with him.
Right? You didn't see how taken aback I was? Did you guys see how taken aback I was when she said
dramatic.
The Packers? Oh, man.
No, they always been a great team. I just never said it because I'm rolling my eyes on the inside.
I can see. On the outside, too.
Okay, playoff picture. AFC, NFC. Talk about it.
Okay. Boom. Titans have the number 1 seed. No Derrick Henry.
How, Sway? That's what everybody's question.
Everybody was busy battling each other. They didn't even realize it. That was one of those things where
you have to win every. Didn't I tell you? I said you have to win every blood clot game.
It could have easily been the Patriots. It could have easily been the Chiefs. Shoot, it could have easily been the Bengals too.
Is there a scenario where, I think you did say it, but can you repeat it again?
Okay.
Where the Bills or the Patriots or can the Chiefs or the Bengals reclaim that number 1 spot? Any of them can, or is just Titans 1 and done? Because Titans 11-5, everybody else is what?
Yeah. Everybody else is like in the 9s, 10s.
No, everybody got to be 10 and
up. 10s. The only 2 that can take the number 1 seed, I believe, are the Pats and the Bengals. They both need a win, and they need a whole bunch of other teams losing. That's because of how their records are mixed with each other. So tiebreakers. So the Pats need to win. They need the Titans to lose, and I think one other team to lose and another team to tie. Same thing with the Bengals. I believe the Chiefs are in that same bucket.
I mean, it's any given Sunday. Those things can happen.
Right. There's even wild card.
How did the Titans get here is crazy. Only because you haven't had Derrick Henry since week 8. Forget about that, right? Whatever. Julio Jones has barely been involved or a factor. Then you got A.J. Brown, who's barely been involved or a factor. So when you get all these guys back, they're scary.
They're scary. And you know what? If they win.
If their defense can show up.
Well, if their defense can show up, but you go in the first seed, you get that 1 week bye. Derrick Henry just practiced today. Derrick Henry, they said he's good to go for January. So you get that first round bye.
Yeah, they're scary.
Oh, man.
I think out of the AFC, going to the Super Bowl is going to be the Titans or the Bengals, maybe. Wait. No, Titans and Bengals. And offline, I told you another team, but the other team I told you definitely wasn't the Chiefs or, obviously, I'm a Patriots fan. I'm going to say Patriots, but it wasn't those 2 teams. I said it was like 3, or I said the Colts.
You said the Colts.
The Colts. I think I said those are those 3 teams.
Defensively?
Defensively, the Colts are the best team, bro.
The best one, I'd probably say.
They are the best team. I want to see a playoff team that's going to make it spicy. Like, I don't want to see, no disrespect to the Raiders, I don't want to see the Raiders get a wild card spot or go in because I feel like they're going to get their ass whooped. Like, okay, you just wasted a spot. The Colts offensively, they've shown they can do.
That boy can run, man. That boy
They've
can
shown
run the
they
ball,
can
Jonathan
do.
Taylor.
T.Y. Hilton, veteran presence just be popping up out of nowhere every once in a while.
I think he's the most tenured on the team. They said.
Yeah.
Saying,
Wasn't he there with Peyton, like on Peyton's way out?
T.Y.
Well, he was there with
Andrew Luck.
I know he was with Andrew Luck, but he had to have like a year or two with big Peyton Manning. All right, so
Sheriff.
Ravens, they're gonna need a win. And a Chargers, Colts, Dolphins. It's just too much.
Chargers, Colts, and Dolphins have to lose
much.
just to make the wild card.
It's just too much. I don't think the Chargers will be ready because as much as I love them, remember, I'm trying to say it. Remember I said the Chargers and the Bengals are like the same team. They're like that Spider-Man meme.
Right.
But the Bengals have more of a slight edge.
Yeah.
And you could pick whatever reason you want to pick for them to have that slight edge, but they just have that slight little edge over the Chargers. Whether it be defensively, whether it be Joe Burrow they're both poised, but Joe Burrow just has that it.
Probably no defense on the field has more defensive leverage than the Chargers do. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. The it factor of Joe Burrow doesn't Justin Herbert, he ain't no scrub.
No, they both have it, but Joe Burrow has it.
Yeah, he a dog.
They're both so calm, poised, collected, consistent, like they've been here before. Joe don't flinch.
Consistent?
As far as from when they started as a rookie,
yeah,
they've been consistent.
I'm about to say, this year
nice.
in the AFC, how do you judge consistency?
No,
this
they
year
nice.
In the
Them
AFC?
boys is nice.
Yeah, no, they're definitely nice.
No, consistently they've been putting up numbers like there's playing level, not win-loss record, but their playing level has been consistent. Okay, NFC.
And I mean, not as exciting.
I feel like we already talked about that.
Yeah. Cardinals and the Rams, the Saints.
No, nobody care about them. and watch y'all say that and watch them win.
Well, the thing is, they need a win and they need someone else to lose.
Well,
but
they
it's
need
who
to
they
lose
need to lose
because I'm tired of them beating the Bucs all the
you
time.
Think they're gonna take the Bucs out in the
Anything can happen this year. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real. I want the Patriots to win so I could cheer for my boys again. But if they don't win, you know who I'm cheering for.
Yeah.
And if don't nobody win, I'm watching basketball the rest of the season. It's like, nah.
So here's one of those games, because they talk about those interesting scenarios where I think it was one team, maybe the Colts or someone like that, where if the Colts lose, the Chargers and the Raiders who are playing each other, neither of them need to win. They'll both make the wild card. They could just go out there, tie 0-0, and they'll both go. It's something similar. The 49ers. So the Rams play the Saints need to beat the Falcons.
That's it's doable. The Niners that need to win and they jump up, right? Or something crazy
No. The Niners are done.
Okay.
Niners are done.
Okay.
But the Niners at 9-7, fairly good team.
Mm-hmm.
If the Niners lose and the Saints win, the Saints go in the wild card. But the Niners are playing the Rams who need the win.
The Niners need to win too, because am I tripping? The Niners can get into the playoffs. They can make the wild card. Yes, they could.
Yeah,
they can.
Tell me they could.
They have to. Something has to happen for them, but they can.
But they have to beat the Rams.
You
that's
act
the
like,
game.
But time out. You act like that's far fetched. They play each other.
They're beating the Rams. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if they beat the Rams, that changes a lot because the Cardinals could potentially, I think.
No, the Cardinals will get that spot.
Yep, the Cardinals will get the number one spot. If the Cardinals win, they're playing the Seahawks.
Okay.
They lost 3 straight before their last win. I ain't gonna make it seem like they're unbeatable.
The NFC. I'm not saying they're unbeatable. I'm saying okay, like it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
Just like okay, the 49ers can beat the Rams.
Right.
Let's not act like the NFC West, like they don't be getting busy with each other.
Oh yeah. So it's divisional. Come on now. You know how teams get against the divisional
I'm with
rivals.
all the smoke. Everybody lose so the Bucs can get that number 2 spot.
For what? What does it matter?
Get that number 2 spot. All right, let's do our pick'ems. Our last pick'ems. I'm so sad.
Last pick'ems.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Shout out to everybody that's been hitting me up offline. for your fantasy lineup and all the wins that you guys got official. I know I've been slacking on I haven't been doing the fantasy like the past 4 weeks, but the people have been hitting me that have made the playoffs, especially with all these injuries going down. And we got a couple of winners off our fantasy lineup. So shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the people hitting me up for the DraftKings and the FanDuel.
Yeah, and we gonna need 10%. I'm gonna need, okay. I'm gonna need 4. I'm gonna need 4. Patriots, Dolphins. Who do you have?
Important game. Dolphins were on a 7-game win streak before they just lost last week.
Who cares? I'm going Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, but New England is 9-12 in road games versus Miami in the Belichick era. Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs as well. They have won 12 straight against Denver. Cowboys, Eagles. This is going to be interesting because has the momentum shifted? They're playing in Philly.
Doesn't really help. The Cowboys going to make it regardless because they clinch. But I'm gonna go Philly. I'm gonna go Philly on that one.
Me too. Washington Giants. I'm going New York.
I'm going Washington.
Steelers Ravens. They're in Maryland.
Lamar not back yet, right? I don't think he's gonna be back in time.
Hunter Henry can still that's not his name.
Yeah, that's a tight end.
Oh
See,
my
I know tight end names.
Huntley can still play though. He can still play.
Yeah, he can still play and he can still lose the Steelers.
I'm gonna have to think about that. Pittsburgh has won 3 straight though against Baltimore, Packers, Lions. Obviously, I'm going to Green Bay.
Right.
Colts, Jaguars. Obviously, I'm going to the Colts. They're going to get into the playoffs. Bears, Vikings though. Ooh, interesting.
Bears, Vikings.
I'm going Minnesota if they have everybody back. Minnesota has won the last two of the. They have won 2 out of the last 3 games.
Yeah, Minnesota's the smart choice there, I'd say.
If everybody comes back, because Aaron Rodgers beat a very beat up Vikings team. Like they're usually they give him a little sweat a little bit.
Yeah,
it wasn't none of that.
It was none of that.
Titans,
the Bears are no pushovers, so.
Titans, Texans.
I think what the Titans.
Come on, now you know.
3.
Now you know they win this. They get a number 1 seed with this win.
Yeah, so that's what I'm.
Unless the Texans do what they did the
Texans
other day.
have won 2 of their last 3 games.
No, unless they pull up a random 40 burger on these dudes. I don't know.
I'm gonna go Titans.
I'm gonna go Titans too.
Yeah, everything.
Bengals, Browns. I'm going Browns.
You going Browns?
Oh, I lied. I'm going Tigers. Bengals.
Going Bengals too.
Yeah. Niners, Rams. I'm going Niners.
It's crazy. I want to go Niners too, but
I'm going Niners. Niners have won 5 straight against the Rams. I'm going Niners. You want to think about it? You want to marinate? Something telling you the Rams?
Everything's. I want to say Rams, but everything's telling me Niners.
Jets, Bills. Jets, you got 1 job.
To lose to the Bills. The Bills is not about to lose that game. They're not about to lose that.
You a Patriots fan?
I am a Patriots fan.
So, Jets, you got 1 job to whoop that ass so we could get the number 1 spot in the AFC. Okay, Panthers, Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Okay, given. Seahawks, well, given for me, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks, Cardinals. I'm going Arizona.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
And I don't think I'm changing these picks because usually sometimes we change before the thing over, depending on if everybody's healthy. Saints, Falcons.
Seahawks, Saints.
Falcons, you got 1 job. Matty Ice.
And sports is a beautiful thing. Make you root for your divisional rival.
Matty Ice.
Another divisional rival.
Matty Ice. Is Pittman playing? I hope he playing.
Kyle Pitts?
Yeah. Oh, Pittman. Kyle Pitts, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he playing.
Yeah.
Because he left the last game. You got 1 job. Okay? All right. Chargers, Raiders. Chargers. The winner of this game clinches the playoff berth.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless the Colts lose to the Jags.
And that ain't happening. But you know what?
That ain't happening, but you can so easily root for the Jets
because
to beat the Bills.
But the Jets, they show fight, right? in some games. But the firing of Urban Meyer, usually when a coach gets fired,
Right.
maybe a game or two,
Raiders.
that team plays well.
Raiders, yeah.
Jacksonville's still been playing like shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, it's like no life was in, like.
There are seasons and seasons of data to back up exactly why the Jaguars are playing like shit.
Anyway, you're so mean. All right, that's it. We done up.
That's it.
Until next week.
I'm going Rams.
Oh, you're going Rams. Okay.
I'm going Rams.
Okay. All right. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, Podcast Under Review. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for rocking with us, man. Until next week.
It's been a blast.
New women, old ways, never wifeys, old bays, and they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days, I ain't fucking no strays.